Hi, welcome to our session on how to make boat up lures surf rigs. Today we're going to make three different rigs. We're going to make our naked rig, which just has the hooks on it with a swivel and a snap swivel. We're going to make a pill float rig, which is very commonly used in the Outer Banks for Pompano, Outer Banks all the way through Florida. And then we're going to make a spin float rig, which is made to attract some of the fish on those slow days or when they're overly aggressive and they like to react to some kind of motion. Some people like to have a little bit extra spin out there and on their float rig. So to do that, we're gonna use our line, which we've got some Andy 30-pound test line. Seems like the most popular pound test line for the surf. Good abrasion resistance, but also thin enough where it doesn't seem to be affecting the bite of the fish. We've got our spin floats here. They come in a lot of different colors. This is chartreuse that I have today. We've got hooks that we use with like a smaller hook for sea mullet, spot, croaker, pompano. A lot of the fish you're going to catch in the surf. We use VMC. They seem to be a little stronger, a little sharper, better hookup ratio, but that's obviously a preference that people will have. We've got our snap swivel. These come in a lot of different sizes, so really depends on what your application is. I would recommend using the smallest that you can get away with, and then the same with our swivel. These are fairly small swivels. I've never seen one break on a bottom rig. Just make sure it's not rusted. Make sure you wash it off after every use. And then we have beads. These ones are red, maybe a little pinkish in them. And we use those for a few different applications. I've got a tube that I use to tie the snell knots. We'll go over that. I also have a hook, but you can use any tool you want just to pull some of these knots a little tighter. And then, of course, make sure you have some snips with you. We have one line cut. Make it 3 line cuts that we're going to do today. So pull yourself some line off your spool. And on this board here that I have, I've got 1 inch increments measured out for all the knots that I tie them on this board. So what we're going to do is we're going to for our bottom rigs, we're going to measure out 13 inches of line. Pinch the line, and we're going to tie an figure 8 knot. I use one of my nails here just to get a really good tightening on the knot. And then once that's done, I leave it on the nail. I'm going to tie 3 consecutive overhand knots. And then tighten it. I try not to pull it too fast. It'll heat the line up a little bit, but make sure you get it slow. So people lubricate it with some spit. You're certainly welcome to do that. But we're going to get this, which is going to be a loop. We're going to put our swivel on there or our snap on there. And then we've got this trunk line coming off here. I'm going to use that to tie our hooks. And go back to measuring 13 inches. Again, these are all going to be 13-inch measurements. Makes it really simple. Form my loop again. Go back to my overhand knot, figure 8 knot, sorry. Pull that tight. Now, we are going to take that off the nail this time. We're going to measure 13 inches again. And we're going to, with our snips, make that clip. And then take the loop that we formed and put that back over one of the nails and tie 3 more overhand knots. 2, 3, and then slowly put up. Give it a nice pull so it's tight. So now we have our second trunk line. We've got our 2 ends where we're going to put our snap and our swivel, and 2 trunk lines where we're going to put our hook. So first and it doesn't matter, you can put snap or swivel on either end at this point, it doesn't matter. So take your swivel, run it through the line, run it through the loop, come back through the loops, and then you form another loop in the center and run that swivel right back through that loop. So they come like a cat's paw in there. At this point, I take my pulling device, aka hook, put my end of this this loop over the nail, and then just use the hook to pull that tight. Not to pull it really tight, but just get a good tightening there. And you can see that's in there. That's on that pretty good. It's not going to move around much. And then we go to our other side, and we do the same thing with the snap. Put through the end, put it back through the loop, back through the center, over our nail. Get our pulling device, pull tight. And so now we've got our snap on the other side. So now it's time to do our hooks. For this, we're going to tie our naked rig. So what I need is first is a VMC hook. There we go. This is you can use number 1, 1.0, whatever. Make 2. You can smaller if you've got the eyes for it. When it gets really small, it's so hard to get the line through. But whatever size you want. I think these are number 2s, which seem to be right about the right size. Run a single line through there, and I'm on board. I got 2 nails measured out 6 inches, so I'm pull it to 6 inches. So there's gonna be 6 inches between the hook and where that knot that we formed earlier. I'm gonna take my little tube here, lay it on top of the hook, and wrap 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm gonna take my tag end and put it through the hole, out the other side, and I'm gonna pull my line tight. All right, and I got a little snell knot there. Hopefully those won't come undone. Never seen them come undone, but I guess it's always possible. That's your snell knot. And then we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side. Get ourselves a VMC hook. Put through center. Measure out 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take our tag end, put it back through the hole there. Pull the loop tube out, pull it tight. I use a nail to pull my knot tight. You can use whatever method works well for you. Again, these are some smaller hooks. They're a little harder to work with, but once that's done, we have our rig, which is going to consist of these 2 hooks. Line, and we've got 13 inches between the 2 hooks. The hooks are trunk line of the hooks, probably approximately 6 inches long. We've got a snap on one end and a swivel on the other, and it is ready to be fished in the surf. Now, what we do here at Boat Up, of course, we package them for sale. Since everything is equidistant, it's a pretty easy process here. We just fold the lure, fold the rig in half, fold it over 3 times, and then I'll take the other end through once and grab a package, open it up, slide it in there, and there, that is ready for sale. Now, rather than going through that process again, I have a whole bunch of rigs here that I pre-tied, because I usually do the bottom part. This main part of the rig, I do those all at one time, so I kind of get muscle memory that just shows I can watch TV while I'm doing it, tie them really quickly. because you're doing the exact same thing over and over every time, and it seems like it's easier if you're doing fewer things at one time in the process. So I've broken it down to this being the first part of the process, and this what we're doing now as the second part. So we're going to move on to the pill floats. Again, these are used for pompano in the surf, get it up a little bit off the ground. This is all personal preference and what you like to use. So that's why we offer 3 different types of rigs here. So we're going to do the same thing. We're gonna take our pill floats out. These are pink, come in a lot of different colors. And we're going to take our pill float and just slide it on the line. And then we've got beads, of course. I showed you the red before. I'm gonna use this chartreuse one for this pink. Pink and chartreuse seem to be a really popular combination together. I'm not sure why fish like that, but they seem to. Slide that over, and then I'm gonna put my VMC hook on. Measure my 6 inches. Get my tube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back through the center. Pull the tube out. Tighten up. Clip your tag end. And that's one side of it. We're gonna repeat the process for the other side. Take our pill float. Get our bead chartreuse at this time. Slide that over. VMC hook. Slide that through. 6 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull through and make it nice and tight there so it doesn't come undone. When you've got that big pompano on the end, you hate to lose it, especially with the tournament. Nice close. So now we got both our pill floats. Snap on one side. We're ready to package. Again, easy to package. We're nice and even on both sides. Put that through. Take our package. And there's our product ready for sale. Our last one. Get another rig that we made. We're going to take, this time we're going to take a red bead. Again, choose your own colors. We have a lot of different colors we do these in. Our purchasing department likes to buy a wide variety of colors because each angler has something different that they like. So we'll put our bead on. Then we got our spin float. And these floats, you can see there's a little keel on each side. And as the current passes over them, it makes these spin. You know, how fast they spin, I couldn't tell you. I know sometimes the current gets moving pretty fast in the surf. And when it does, I'm sure these things get going. But they do create a little commotion in the water, which can be good at times to catch fish. Against is all preference. So we slide our pill float, our spin float on, get a bead, slide the bead on, hook on, measure our 6 inches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put that through, tighten up, clip our tag end. Again, we want to get it close. And we've got one side of our spin float rig. Again, we're going to start with a bead. We use 2 beads on this and 1 on the pill float. Again, just preference. Get our spin float. And these, you know, as I said, these spin floats, they come in a lot of different colors. They come in sizes too. This is about the size that we like. But that's preference. You know, some people like a bigger one. Some people, you know, are like the smallest type of things that they can get on these rigs. So we've got our 2 beads and the spin float. Put our hook on. We're going to measure our 6 inches. Five. Making that tight. Now, with measuring the 6 inches, we have some customers that believe the top part of the line. So in this instance, this is obviously to the top. This is the swivel. This is going to go to your main line. This is the bottom. They feel that this top trunk line should be longer than the bottom. So you can use your board if you want to do that, and you can make either line, the trunk line, either size you want. I think most people like them, both of them the same size, and that's how we do them, except for special order. Again, to package these up, fold it in half, wrap it around a couple times through, take your package, slip it in, tighten it up, and there you go. 3 types of mowed up lures, surf rigs. It's all you need. Maybe buy yourself a weight, some fish bites, and you're good to fish.